Hey, hit that like and subscribe. Let me know where you're all from. Let's jump right back into some juicy news. Suge Knight, he's dragging Jimmy Iovine over alleged Tupac masters and the gunpoint heist. So, Suge Knight is back with more stories about the inner workings of the music industry. And he has now added Jimmy Iovine to his growing blacklist. On the latest episode of the Collect Call with Suge Knight that aired on the Saturday, December 9th, with Dave Mays, and it features the gangster rap mogul talking about Death Row Records' partnership with Interscope, which acquired exclusive distribution rights to the hip-hop's label's material in the early 90s. Now, at one point in the half-hour segment, the Compton native recalled approaching Iovine to collect his archives, meaning your masters, any songs you put out, any songs you didn't put out. Suge continues with his memory with the corroboration from then head of business affairs David Cohen. Iovine explained to Knight that some of the material he was asking for was no longer in their possession. In Knight's memory, the Interscope executive's story was that Tupac's mother, Afeni Shakur, allegedly showed up with some gunmen and seized any records with him on it, and including songs the late rapper was featured on and projects he had merely contributed to. But that's not all. Though he didn't provide any updates on the current whereabouts of the masters, the 58-year-old convict does remember Afeni visiting him in prison and informing him that they told her Suge had her son killed. And I said, who is they? He remembers she said, the people at Interscope. So she never told me who, and the light finally clicked on. Oh, I get it. Some people trying to work with me. They're going to turn her against me. They're going to lie on me. And the saddest thing about that is that she died without knowing the truth. And though Knight didn't explicitly name Iovine as the person he suspects of influencing, the episode he said it on is titled Jimmy Iovine, and he has reached out to the Hip Hop DX representatives of Jimmy Iovine and Interscope for comment. Now listen to Suge explain the sequence, He goes, Suge Knight is on a mission to expose the people who he believes took advantage of Tupac, though he recently took a moment to recognize the uncelebrated heroes behind one of his former artists' big hits. In last week's installment of the podcast, the former Death Row Records boss talked about how California Love has generated tons of diamond money, considering how the people responsible for a lot of his success never got their dues. Now, after crediting DJ Quick and J Flex for laying out the song's blueprint, he explained that Dr. Dre and Pac did their bits, yet it was lacking something, which is when the Southern California entrepreneur approached funk legend Roger Troutman. Now, the minute Roger walked in that studio, I gave him 50 racks, cash off the top, he recalled before explaining that the Zapp legend was facing financial hardships at the time. The minute he told me his situation, I gave him another 100 racks. So I gave him 150 racks before he even hooked up on the talk box. And then he went and made magic because I brought him in to make the magic. So when Roger did that, I gave him another 200 grand just to be in the video. That made California Love. So Pac wrote his verse, J Flex wrote Dre's verse, and so on. And that's just coming a little bit from Suge Knight on his recent podcast right there, right? But then, you got 50 Cent that's coming back at it right now. And 50 Cent right now is still trolling Diddy on more with brutal Eddie Griffin, and the Suge Knight, he's joking about it too. So 50 Cent has continued to troll Diddy over his assault allegations this time, with help from comedian Eddie Griffin. Now the G-Unit mogul took to Instagram on Friday and to post a video of Griffin roasting the embattled bad boy boss during a stand-up set and mentioning his long-running rival Suge Knight. Now, he said, that guy is on his way to jail. Suge Knight been waiting on him. Griffin joked, you getting tired of your celly dancing in your videos all up in the cell block, C dancing, and come on over to Death Row, baby. Diddy, he did it. Everybody coming out. 50 Cent is the most pettiest person on earth, he's saying. And ain't this petty. He be, messing with everybody every day like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here come a new charge. Now 50 captioned the post, Eddie Griffin, LMAO, doing this thing, boom. And, you got the Branson Cognac and Eddie Griffin's joke references recent comments made by Suge Knight on his Collect Call podcast, in which he joked about sharing a prison cell with Diddy. Now, Puffy, I don't want to see you go down, but if you need a celly, I'm going to grant you my cell, boy. He said, have your cook game working. I don't want no head, but you're going to be cleaning toilets. And, further taunting the rap mogul, 50 Cent's post also included an old photo of Diddy next to a disgraced movie producer, Harvey Winston, who is currently serving 39 years in prison, for assault charges as well. Now, the picture was taken at the 2008 CFDA Fashion Awards at the New York Public Library in New York, and 50 Cent has recently taken aim at Diddy over the years, with the recent string of assault lawsuits filed against the producer, only intensifying his campaign. Now, 50 has even teased a documentary about the allegations called Diddy, Do It or Not, or Surviving P. Diddy. Now, the latter of which references the Surviving R. Kelly docuseries. Now, Diddy broke his silence on the mounting allegations earlier this week after a fourth assault lawsuit was filed against him. Enough is enough. He wrote on Instagram, "For the last couple of weeks, I've sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation, and my legacy." He continued, "Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth." That right there is all some recent news, even with, going on with 50 Cent and Diddy. But then you even got Wendy Williams coming into the equation. And Wendy's, she's starting to say that Suge Knight and all these allegations that he's talking about are potentially true. Because, she's coming forward saying she tried to warn us about Diddy. Fans are begging for Wendy Williams' comeback after Sean Diddy Combs had been accused of a spate of assault and physical abuse allegations in multiple lawsuits. Now, during Williams' media career, the queen of entertainment news and gossip, who has never shed or shied away from addressing celebrity rumors, tried to raise the alarm about Combs, and her ongoing beef with the music mogul may have even caused her career setbacks. Now, as one social media user put it, this past week, the thing she said about Diddy was known years ago. Wendy Williams stayed on his neck. Now, Williams and Combs have a long and continuous history. Now, Williams began working for New York City's Hot 97 radio station in 1994, and at that time, the Bad Boy record label, which had been founded by Combs in 1993, has a joint venture with Arista Records, according to the BBC. Now, Herald Talent, like the Notorious B.I.G. and Lil' Kim and Mace and Faith Evans and Total, who were constantly on radio rotation, Hot 97 launched around that time that Bad Boy launched. Now, former Bad Boy president Kirk Burroughs said during an interview with the podcast and the Art of Dialogue in 2022, "We came with records that helped the rotation, to be fulfilled." Now, during an episode of the radio show, The Wendy Williams Experience, that aired in 2009, Williams recounted at a time when Combs allegedly instructed members of the Total, an all-female R&B trio, to fight her when she worked at Hot 97. And, I got off the air one day, and them Total people were downstairs, and everybody upstairs at the radio station was looking down, egging it on, waiting for something to go down. Now, Williams said, explaining that to her boyfriend at the time prevented anything further from happening. And, Wendy Williams has been exposing Puff and the others regarding their foul play when she was on the radio. He even tried to get Total, before they blew up, to jump on her. And in that same 2022 interview, Burroughs detailed the East Coast-West Coast feud between Bad Boy and Death Row Records in the 1990s and Williams' involvement. Now, Burroughs claimed that Combs' infant son and the boy's mother, Misa Hilton, were paid to take a picture with Combs and the rival Suge Knight. And it got back to the rest, to the east, that Misa was there in the office and that Suge was meeting Justin Combs and possibly holding him in his arms, and that there was a photographer taking a picture. Now, Burroughs said, and that wasn't the picture we needed to see on our end, or that we wanted the world to see at all. Somehow Williams got wind of the photo and announced that she had big news coming on her syndicated radio show, and the Bad Boy teams had to intervene to prevent the photo from spreading to the public. And later, Williams had a theory that Combs engaged, in the activity with the other men, and she received a photo of a man allegedly pulling Combs' shorts down while he was on a vacation in Cancun during an Art of Dialogue interview in 2022. Now, Combs' former bodyguard, Gene Deal, said Combs got Williams fired from her job at Hot 97 before she could address the photo on the air. And That's just some recent news right there. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hit that like and subscribe. Let me know where you're all from.